you're too old for tattoos. Believe it or not, I actually have people leave me that comment on my social media platforms. And the thing is that they're not telling me I'm too old to get tattoos. They're telling me I'm too old to have tattoos. So here's the question. What am I supposed to do about it? So that's right. I get this comment and it just never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me because one thing, tattoos are permanent. They're not going to go anywhere as long as I'm around. So what is the point of even saying this? But you know what? It's being said, and I guarantee you, if it's being said to me, it's being said to other people. So let's take a look. Let's just dive into this subject a little bit more and see if we can get some clarification on that comment. And also too, I'm going to give you my 100% heartfelt opinion on what it is like to be 57 with tattoos. And yes, I'm going to be a tattooed grandma. Now, for example, I got this one comment. It was in June, I think, of last year. And it was just finally I had gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? I want an answer. I want an answer to this question. So I called the person out. Hi there. So I usually delete these comments, because truthfully, I just don't care. But this particular time, I think I am going to actually ask for a response. I would like to know, what am I supposed to do about the simple fact that you think I'm too old for tattoos? So out of curiosity, what am I supposed to do about it? Am I supposed to miraculously make them go away? Am I supposed to feel bad about my choices? I mean, what would you like me to do? Another part of this question that I'd like to ask, is this a gender-based thought? I mean, do you think men outgrow their tattoos, or is this strictly based on the simple fact that I am a 56, almost 57-year-old woman with tattoos? Is this specifically for me, or is it like a woman thing in general? So I'm really kind of looking forward to hearing back from you. Thanks. Have a good day. Well, you'd be surprised, but they never responded to my question because you know what? There is no good answer. There is no answer to this. This statement is just clearly put out to try to make me feel bad about my life choices. This statement is said to make you feel bad about your life choices. And to tell you the truth, there's nothing to feel bad about. This is just such a waste of energy. It is just a little mind-boggling sometimes. Comments like this, you know what? It's not new. There's a wide variety of different comments that people say about people who have tattoos. It's just the fact. We're not going to change that culture. We're not going to change people's opinions of our tattoos. But what we can change is our own outlook. Now, I do get a lot of comments, and I do get a lot of people reaching out to me across all of my social media platforms, telling me the things that they hear. And a lot of the times, it's a very hurtful comment. I do a lot of these videos, TikTok, Instagram Reels, just solely based on the fact that I want people to know they're not alone when they hear these comments, and to kind of give them a little idea about how I react to these situations, and just basically, again, just letting people know that they're not alone. So when anybody comes to you and they give you any sort of negative remarks about your tattoos, you just kind of have to break it down and figure out, where is that source of comment coming from? And 99% of the times it's coming from somebody who does not have a tattoo. They don't understand the tattoo culture, and they're either uncomfortable with your choice, or they're just adamantly, for some reason, against it, and they feel it necessary to express that to you. So how you react to it is really up to you. So this got me to thinking. It's like, what do my own children think about tattoos, their tattoos and my tattoos? I have two sons. I have one who's 31 and one who's 29. And I asked them the other day on a live, I'm like, what do you think about these comments? What would you say, or how do you feel if somebody were to ask you that? For one, really quick, I think that this is a gender thing. They've never heard this comment. Nobody's ever said that to them. I think this is a comment geared specifically more towards women than men, but that's different YouTube for a different day. But I asked them this question and they're like, we think it's going to be cool. You know, my oldest son was like, I can't wait to be an old guy with tattoos. I think it's going to be awesome. And I'm like, well, people are saying that your tattoos aren't going to look as good. And both of them had the same reaction. They're like, that's really cool. That means we lived life. That means our tattoos have been with us during our life journey. And they were looking at it as a really cool, like, rite of passage way, instead of what the people who are giving this comment want you to feel bad about having your tattoos not look as good. So to me, it was just kind of an interesting kind of like turn of the question, because like I said, I can talk all day long for me being 57, but I just wanted to see what they thought, you know, being younger. We're going to have future generations of grandma and grandpas who are going to be tattooed. You know what? The simple thought of in 20, 30 years that all of these generations that are being tattooed one day are going to be tattooed grandma and grandpas. And I think that's really cool. I'm going to be a tattooed grandma one day. And I think that that's really cool. So yes, again, I am 57 years old. Yes, again, my skin is different than when I was 27 years old. Yes, my body is different than when I was 27 years old. But that doesn't mean that I think any different about my tattoos. We are a society based on perfection. You know what? Everybody's supposed to be perfect, and we just chase this ideology of trying to be perfect. And that is the root of this comment, because what we're being told is that with age, we change, which we do. My skin is completely different than when I was younger, but that doesn't make it bad skin. So we're being told that if our tattoos are not on this fresh, young skin, they are not as good, or they're not as validated, or they have a different story. And that coming from me, who I've had tattoos now for 27 years, coming from just a truthfully honest opinion, that is not how you're going to feel about your tattoos when you're older. You're going to love your tattoos just as much in the future as you do today. You will never be too old for your tattoos. You will never be too old for your life experiences. You will never be too old for your self-expression. You will just never be too old. So if you take anything away from this episode, please know that if you do hear this comment, that it is completely fictional and you are never too old for tattoos. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know sometimes this seems like a repeating conversation, but it's going to be a repeating conversation as long as I keep on continuing to hear comments like that. And it's going to be a repeating conversation as long as I know that other people are hearing these comments. So if you're out there and you have tattoos, know you're going to love them. If you're out there and you don't have tattoos, you know what? That's perfectly fine. Just, you know what? Maybe just keep your opinions to yourself. You know what? If you think our tattoos are not going to look good when we're older, you know what? You have every right to think that. I just don't think it's very nice if you tell the people with tattoos that comment. So there you go. I said it. It's out there. There you go. As always, if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button. If you'd like to stick around, see what I'm going to talk about next, you can hit subscribe. I would love to hear your comments on today's episode. And also, too, if you'd love to follow me on any of my social media platforms, those are all listed down below. So until next time, remember, wear what you want. You're never too old for a tattoo, and I will see you tomorrow.